Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be reacting to scary animations. Well, there's my channel, as you can see. Guys, please subscribe and like my videos and comment if you can. Yeah. Well, we're going to get into this one, which says four disturbing true horror stories animated. Shout out to Onesie Entertainment for providing us this one. And shout out to Mag Maxer, my first follower. Yeah. But anyways, let's get into today's episode. It's gonna be irony.
Wait, no, we show score.
Guys, I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Why did I why did I go to that? Sorry guys, the YouTube easy.
Hey Lindsay, I've been watching your videos for years, and today I finally decided to share my story with you. My name is Gabriella. I'm from Brazil, but I live in England now, and what I'm about to tell you still traumatizes me to this day. I have an older sister named Ines. She was 22 at the time, and I was 16. She was staying with our aunt in Brazil for her gap year, and I couldn't go because I still had school.
I was about to ask a stupid question. I was gonna say, isn't she also in school? But she's aunt, so
So most FaceTimed every day to stay close. One night, Friday night, everything changed. I was lying on my bed, just chatting with her on FaceTime, when suddenly she froze. Her eyes were locked, staring at something behind her phone that I couldn't see. I asked her, "What happened?" She whispered that the past few days she had seen a man with an umbrella, just standing perfectly still outside. But she said something made my drop. She said, "It has a shadow, so it can't be a ghost." I laughed at her for being scared. I really thought she was just overreacting. And she ended the call. A few seconds later, she sent me a video.
So the video they're watching, this is real life as you can see. But when I'm watching, it's animated for some reason. So what is going on here? Let's continue.
I watched it, and I told myself it was nothing. I tried to brush it off, but I shouldn't have. The next day, I went with my friends, Benjamin, Sandra, and Aaron. We were the type of kids who love messing around and getting in trouble. That night, we went to the park at 11 p.m., vaping and hanging out, until Sandra pulled out a Ouija board. I was excited. I believed in the paranormal, but I didn't realize this night would change that belief forever.
So this girl, you telling me this girl is scared of footage that could have been role played of a man with an umbrella, but she's not scared of a Ouija board. Please make that make sense. Just make that make sense. How are you telling me you're scared of the video somebody showed you of a man standing with an umbrella, which could have been role play, but then you're not scared of a Ouija board? Nah, please. Sometimes this is.
I FaceTimed my sister again and showed her the board. Her face suddenly turned pale. She started screaming at me not to play with it. I ignored her. I hung up. She kept calling, but I didn't answer. Sam started the session. She put fingers on the planchette, the small piece you use on the board, and asked, "Is anyone here?" Nothing happened.
Somebody's there with an umbrella, and they're gonna eat your brains. Tell them I'm coming.
So I grabbed the planchette myself and, like an idiot, asked, "Is the man my sister saw in Brazil a ghost or a human?" The moment I said those words, the Ouija board flew out of my hands. Not slipped, not fell. It was yanked with force and thrown onto the ground. We all screamed and...
Is this not the first time Is this the first time you playing with this? I thought you said you weren't scared of these things, and now you're screaming. I swear these things.
Ran home. My mom yelled at me for being out so late. I couldn't even think straight. The next day, things got worse.
Can y'all see this? There's water coming down, but the bubbles ain't going away. Like the fuck, bro.
The lights started switching off while I was in the shower. I heard voices calling my name when no one's home. I woke with tears on my knees that I couldn't explain. That's when I told my mom everything, every detail. She didn't ask a single question. She just called a priest. He came to our house, prayed over every room, blessed the house, blessed me. And after that, everything stopped. And I still wear a rosary every day, a cross necklace Christians use for protection. I never take it off, not
Was that real human legs? What? I'm confused. But let's get into story 2. Hope you are liking this so far. If you are, like this video, subscribe, let me know what videos you want to see of me next, and yep, we'll put it in.
Introducing ClickUp Super Agents, the world's first AI agents that natively
This happened in 2019 when I was working in Tokyo, Japan. I had moved to a place called Seti.
Wait, guys, I'll be right back right now. Just give me a second. Okay, we back.
Yay Award. I loved it. This happened in 2019. I was working in Tokyo, Japan. I had moved to a place called Setagaya Ward. I loved it because it was a quiet city and it was only a 20-minute.
That houses are moving on repeat, like on repeat. Can you see? You in a simulation, my boy. My boy's in a simulation.
Drive to Tokyo. The house was an old 2-story house, but the problem was the neighbor next door. The door was red and rusted, as if no one had lived there for a long time, and the area in front was overgrown with knee-high weeds. The owner of that house was always walking through those weeds. Every day when I left my house, I looked at the house next door and thought of that. The reason I was certain the house wasn't abandoned was because I had already asked the landlord when I moved in. The landlord told me about the man who lived there, who only slept there once a week or once a month. Other than that, the house was mostly empty, and she wasn't sure why. I felt uneasy, but I just brushed it off. Then one day, exhausted from work, I was walking home when I glanced over at my neighbor's house and saw a dark silhouette standing in the window.
He high on that weed.
The figure was staring at me. I was startled for a moment, but then I turned my head away, pretended not to see him, and went back inside. A moment later, someone knocked on my front door. I asked who was outside, and a man told me in Japanese that he was my neighbor.
You understand Japanese, big boy? You sure?
I was momentarily lost in thought. Honestly, I didn't want to open the door, so for about 5 minutes, I
That uncle probably was like,
stood in silence, trying to decide what to do. Silence flowed, and I couldn't tell if he was still there or if he had left. And then the silence continued, and I finally assumed he had left, and I felt a little relieved. The next day, as I was leaving for work, my heart nearly stopped, because on the wall next to my front door was written in red, Henry, my name. It looked like it was written in red lipstick. I couldn't figure out how he knew my name.
Am I the only one that sees Henny instead of Henry? Because that looked like Henny instead. Or am I tweaking here?
Suddenly remembered my landlord and felt a surge of anger. She was the only person I could imagine would know. I called her and got angry out of the blue. She, in a dumbfounded voice, said she had spoken to her. I thought she was lying, but there was nothing I could do, so I just let it slide. A few days later, the weeds that had once overgrown my neighbor's house were all neatly mowed. And then one day, I finally ran into my neighbor outside. He looked straight at me and shouted something in Japanese, his voice sharp and aggressive. I wasn't very good.
So you're not gonna tell us what he shouted since you understand Japanese? Earlier, didn't she say he told me in Japanese this, so this, but now you don't want to translate for us, don't you? What secret are you hiding?
So I couldn't understand. I just smiled awkwardly and waved at him. But I can't forget his face at that moment. It was filled with utter rage. I couldn't figure out what I had done wrong. I was just panicked and felt sweat drip down my back. But the man...
That's what he's gonna do. Look at his fist. He's clenching his fist like this. He wants to box your face. If I were you, I would turn around and run. Because he looks like he's gonna blow your face. And it's not gonna be tasty.
His expression was nothing but utter rage. It was getting dark later. I usually slept in until noon on weekends, so I was sleeping that day too. Suddenly, a loud noise outside my front door woke me up. At first, I couldn't tell what it was, but when I listened closely, I realized it was a chainsaw. The loud, wearying noise was right in front of my door. Then, I heard a loud knock on the door. My heart raced. I had a gut feeling it was him, my neighbor. He stood there with the chainsaw.
I knew it! That does not say Henry. It says Henny. And why didn't you wash it when he put it there for the first time? You were supposed to wash your wall. You did not want demon stuff to enter your house, so why'd you keep it there? And it says Henny on top of that.
Running, revving it, again and again. What was he planning? I didn't open the door, but he stood there for a long moment, continuing to rev the chainsaw. I yelled that I was calling the police, but he didn't seem to hear me over the noise of the chainsaw. I was terrified, but after a while, he left. A short time later, the police arrived and spoke with the man, who told them he'd only come to talk to me, and that he'd used the chainsaw to cut down a tree in his yard. After that day, I decided to talk to my landlord and move elsewhere. I'll never forget the last time I moved. As I was loading my belongings onto the truck, I saw him standing in his window. He was looking at me with a smile. He was holding something in his hand, a small, rabbit-like animal, limp and dripping fresh blood. I was so shocked that I quickly packed my belongings and left. I never returned. To this day, I still don't know who that man was or what he wanted from me. But one thing is certain, he wasn't just strange, he was dangerous.
Dangerous.
It all started with me and my girlfriend arguing on the phone.
Why do you always lie to me, Marcus?
She screamed. She was very mad at me, but our relationship wasn't going anywhere anymore. We argued all the time. She was always busy and could never talk to me, but I was just annoyed with my life, and I always took it out on her. Of course, she didn't deserve it, but she would love to mess with me at the wrong times.
This time, I'll break up with you for real.
Once she said that, I didn't believe her, because this would be the 6th time she had said this.
Fine, leave me. You're just gonna come back anyway.
I said with an attitude, as I sat there and waited for a response.
Who do y'all think who's gonna become dangerous here? The woman or the man? Woman? Man? Because why do I feel like it's the man who's gonna become dangerous now?
There was nothing but silence. I was confused and just guessed she went on mute, but suddenly she whispered into the speaker.
Someone is here.
My heart dropped. At first I thought she was joking. Stop joking, Layla. That's not funny. All I could hear was shuffling and movement. I
Whoa, that must be dangerous.
Tell you.
didn't know what to do. All I could do was think of the words she whispered.
I'm not joking. I'm scared, Marcus. I'm scared.
After she said that, utter fear shot through my body. I was scared too. I heard her hard breathing and the trembling in her voice.
I hear them coming upstairs.
I didn't know what to do. So many thoughts ran through my head, and all I could think of were the what-ifs. At first, I thought I should call the police, but I didn't want to hang up because what if something happened? I needed to hear. I couldn't use anyone else's phone. I was home alone. Then, I thought to text her mother, but I remember her mom slept downstairs, and the intruder probably already got to her. I had so much adrenaline, but I had to calm myself down so I could listen to what was happening. As I waited, I got impatient.
It's not gonna do anything. Just hang up the call the police, tell them the address, go back on the call. Simple. Unless if you did it too late, like right now you're wasting time. What's being on the phone with her gonna do? Nothing. Call the cops now. Trust me, it will work.
And scared, wondering if something was happening. So I texted her so my voice wouldn't get caught. I texted, "What's going on now?" After the text delivered, I heard a message ring her phone. Her ringer was on. My heart dropped.
Is this a new thing that's been added to phones? If you text someone, you can hear from their phone that it went bling. Nah, what type of technology is this?
When I heard it was loud and vibrated the floor. She heard it as well and gasped. After it happened, I heard her door open. I knew it was too late, and I started to cry. She whispered me,
I love you forever, Marcus.
those were her last words. I was muted, of course, but all I could do was start praying, hoping, maybe, just maybe, the intruder wouldn't find her. Fortunately, we found her, and what I heard that night haunted me forever. I heard her screaming, yelling at him.
Stop! No, please!
I couldn't bear to hear her. I was so scared. I covered my ears, crying. I'm so sure we did to her, but her screams didn't last long. When it ended, I knew she was gone. I unmuted and whispered, "Layla, are you there?" It was silent, and after a while, I guess the phone died because the call just disconnected. The police announced my girlfriend and her mother dead on the scene. They took me in for questioning because I was on the phone and heard everything that night. They asked me so many questions, and I told them the whole story. They asked me,
Why didn't you call the police?
That's what I've been saying. Thank you, police. Oh, detective. Thank you. Thank you.
my eyes started to water, a hard lump forming in my throat. I told them I was scared and didn't want to hang up. Plus, I didn't know exactly where she lived. They believed.
So you and your girlfriend, you did not know where she lived. That is actually mental, bro. That is
me and
mental.
finally gave in and took me off the suspect list. Good, I smiled. They will never find out what happened. She's been cheating on me for weeks. She would always lie to me, saying she was going to the store or somewhere else, but she was really going to his house. Little did she know I had her location and knew.
What? Plot twist? Dang, son. You got a good son. You got a good bro. Like, you literally hired someone to deal with her, and you were on the phone with her, acting all innocent. Put this brother behind bars,
What's going
bro.
on? That's why we argued. So, she just had to go. He doesn't deserve her. She's mine. All mine. Now, I'll have her with me forever, thanks to my buddy for handling my dirty work. I wait patiently for time to pass until he takes care of that boy, too. Then justice will be served. That's what she gets for cheating on me.
Bro,
Hi, I'm
do
Red.
not lock your doors. Do you not lock your doors, bro? Cause That bro just came in and was like, "There's the suspect." Cling, knife through the throat.
Hey, this isn't my own experience, but my friend Mary's, and it still gives me chills. Mary and our 11th graders at a university known for one thing: the color pink. Our campus practically bleeds pink. Uniforms, banners, even the school merch. It used to be an
Your
all
school has
girls
your school has merch. Like, are you talking about school uniform or merch in like the type you can wear at home also and chill with? Wow.
school, and that history comes with stories. People say strange things happen after 6 p.m. Former students talk about hearing a dog bark late at night.
That dog's mouth can't even close properly, bro. I think, is it because of the teeth or is it because of something else? What happened to that? What happened to that dog's mouth, bro?
Some even claim they've seen the foundress of the school roaming the halls. One afternoon, we had to stay late to finish a filming project. The building we were in has a reputation for being haunted, but I never took the rumors seriously. To see is to believe, right? While we were working, Mary asked me to go with her to the restroom so she could touch up her makeup. I didn't want to. The ladies' room was a floor down, but I agreed because I also needed water from the fountain by the teachers.
That what they spraying upwards instead of down. Wow. Like, look at it. Just look at it. That what they look at it right here. Look at it. It's spreading up instead of down. Crazy.
Faculty. I filled my flask and waited, wondering why she was taking so long. When I finally walked to the restroom entrance, Mary came bursting in and grabbed my arm. She looked pale and shaken. We ran back upstairs together. I demanded.
What's wrong?
She could barely speak at first, then told me
The founders was with me. Wow.
what she'd seen.
I was doing my makeup in front of the mirror,
She said,
and you could see the cubicles behind you in the reflection. The closed cubicle that's supposed to be for teachers only. I saw a woman's head peeking over the top.
I don't know if y'all can classify that as a woman. Can you? I think not. I don't think you can classify that as a woman. I would also run, or even kick that stone and run again, or even come back for the third kick and run again, or even a fourth. Okay, let me start.
Her hair was in a bun. I could see her slipper at the bottom, and she was wearing a long dress.
I couldn't tell whether to be terrified or skeptical, but Mary's face made it real.
No, she looks like, yeah, Cole Palmer.
I don't.
Maybe you saw the founders.
But it feel like a joke. We told our classmates. Some listened, some rolled their eyes, but nobody could fake the look on their face. A few days later, at an organizational fair held on the third floor, we walked past a wall of portraits. Mary froze and pointed. There, in a frame, was a painting of the exact woman
Now she looks like a woman.
she described. Under the portrait was the foundress's name and the year the school was founded. Seeing that painting made everything click, or maybe it made the whole thing worse. Whether you call it a ghost, a memory, or something else, Mary's face when she saw that portrait is something I won't forget.
Yeah, but that's all for today. Thank y'all for watching Joshua Reacts, and comment below what you want me to react to next, and I'll see you for the next one. Before I click the button, peace y'all. Mwah.